Hi everyone! Today we're diving into a very common Angular error message. This error often pops up when you're working with newer Angular versions, like Angular 17 or 19. The message usually says something like, Component AppComponent is standalone and cannot be declared in an NgModule. This can seem confusing at first glance. But don't worry, it's actually quite simple to understand and fix once you know the core concept. Angular has evolved a lot. Older Angular versions required every component, directive, and pipe to be part of an NgModule. NgModules acted as containers. They organized your application's building blocks. They had a declarations array for this purpose. However, with modern Angular, we have standalone components. A standalone component is self-sufficient. It doesn't need to be declared in an NgModule. Instead, it manages its own dependencies directly. You make a component standalone by adding standalone, true to its component decorator. The error you're seeing happens when you try to declare a component that has standalone, true inside an NgModule's declarations array. Angular sees this as a conflict. It's like telling Angular, this component is independent, and then immediately saying, no, wait, it belongs to this group. You cannot have both. A component is either standalone or it's declared in an NgModule. It's an either/or situation. This error often occurs in a few scenarios. Perhaps you upgraded an older Angular project. The Angular CLI now defaults to generating new components as standalone. So, you might generate a new standalone component. Then you try to add it to an existing NgModule from your older project setup. Or maybe you manually added standalone, true to a component, but you forgot to remove it from its original NgModule. This is a very common oversight, especially when learning about new features or migrating projects. Now, let's talk about how to fix this. You have two main approaches, depending on what you intend for your component. First solution: remove the component from the NgModule. If your component should be standalone, this is the fix. Go to the NgModule file where the component is currently declared. This might be appmodule.ts or a feature module like shared.module.ts. Locate the declarations array within the NgModule decorator. Simply remove the name of your problematic component, e.g., AppComponent, from this array. That's it for the NgModule side. Now, if you want to use this standalone component elsewhere, you don't declare it. Instead, you import it. If you're using it in another standalone component, you add it to that component's imports array. If you're using it within an NgModule-based component, you add it to the NgModule's imports array, not its declarations array. Remember, standalone components are imported, not declared. Second solution: make the component non-standalone. If your component should not be standalone, then you need to change the component itself. Go to your component's TypeScript file, e.g., appcomponent.ts. Find the AppComponent decorator. Inside it, you will see standalone, true. Simply delete this line. Remove standalone, true entirely. Once you do this, your component is no longer standalone. It now needs to be declared in an NgModule. So, if it was already in an NgModule's declarations array, it will now work correctly. This approach is useful if you are working on an older project, or if you prefer the NgModule approach for specific parts of your application. Choose the solution that best fits your project's architecture and your design intentions. For new Angular projects, adopting standalone components is generally the recommended path. They simplify dependency management and reduce boilerplate. They make your application more modular and easier to reason about. So, that's how you tackle the component is standalone and cannot be declared in an NgModule error. I hope this explanation was clear and helps you resolve this issue quickly in your own Angular projects. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up to support the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more useful Angular tips and tutorials. Thanks so much for watching.